Thank you for tuning in to the Austin All Day Podcast. I am Jason Powers, and we are here with Paper Crane Patisserie pastry chef Clair. Follow the podcast on Instagram, support the podcast on Patreon, sit back, grab a cake, and check it out. Definitely a beautiful book.
Yeah, totally.
So, yeah.
That's rad.
Do you are you familiar with Easy Tiger at all?
Yeah, I opened Irene's as a server over there, so I got the whole rundown about Easy Tiger. I eat their pretzels more than I should.
Oh yeah, from 6th Street or just?
Yeah.
Nice. Have you been to the Link? No. You know where that is? Yeah.
No.
So it's where the 6th Street location is, just south of 35, I don't know, 3 or 4 miles down. There's a old shopping center that's now, it's called the Link. It used to be called Lincoln. I might have some of this wrong, but now it's Easy Tiger Link.
Oh, nice.
But it's
okay.
You should go.
Yeah. Should I?
Oh, yeah. All you have to do is go look in the window, and you'll see why I said
yes,
go.
Totally. I will be doing that.
There's giant vats, that they're using. Yeah, it's cool.
That's good.
Yeah, I've heard of. Have you Spread and Co? Have you seen them at all?
Mm-hmm.
So he worked there real briefly to get the baking down to do what he's doing now. So
that's super tight. I love that. I'm trying to get more into bread baking.
Yeah,
but I'm just reading a lot about it for right now and doing my simple little loaves. But I'm trying to get into more fermentation and things like that. But I'm not super experienced in bread baking. I'm just mostly on the cake side of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you picked up any good books yet? For the fermentation?
I have, and I honestly am just the worst at remembering names. I have them all written down, but
the big red one. The Art of Fermentation.
I actually haven't gotten that one.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
I have a big
one.
red one, but it's on food and cooking.
Okay.
So I've read that one front to back like a nerd.
Oh yeah. Well, that's good. That's good at least.
Yeah.
I'm love getting them and have a hard time reading them. So, as long as you're doing that, great.
Yeah, people were always like, you should use that as an encyclopedia. And I was like, well, I'm a giant dork.
Right.
And I love learning about everything I can about milk, apparently.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So tell me a little, right now, you say you're working at Elizabeth Street?
Yeah, I'm serving at Elizabeth Street as a consistent, pay your bills and don't panic.
So the MMH group, right? That's a cool company to be working for.
Yeah, I love it. I've been with Elizabeth Street for about 2 years now, and I was working at Perla's. That was actually my first pastry job I ever had, legit.
And they're MMH too? Okay.
Yeah. Wow. It's one of the sister restaurants. Love working there. The chef there, Maya, is an angel. She's amazing at what she does. So
you started over there, and you've been I didn't realize you were with Elizabeth for that long.
Yeah, I did take a little bit of a hiatus during the summer, and just went back to it because I was doing my pastry chef job over the summer and decided to leave to just do my own thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was doing that for 7 months, I think, and at that time I wasn't at Elizabeth Street. And during that I was just like, why am I not just going for the ultimate goal of doing my own thing?
Sure.
So I just went back to Elizabeth Street for some security and back with the fam and selling noodles over there. And
At Elizabeth Street, they had that separate building with all the pastries before. It smelled so good in there all the time, but it's not like that anymore. Right?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I probably
shame.
used to bother them so much because I would just stick my head in there and be like, can I just smell the croissants?
Yeah.
But actually it's pretty cool. What they did is since there's so much pastry production that happens there, that little building was just, not enough space.
Oh, they outgrew it.
Yeah, they definitely outgrew it. So they moved over to Swedish Hill. They bought out Swedish Hill, and that's where they're operating out of now. And then that building that was the croissant room, we still call it the croissant room, but it's now a PDR. So we're using that as a space where people have events, and it's a lot of fun over there. I definitely recommend
it's busy,
that.
Right?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I do the events over there quite a bit, and it's always a good time. So it's a beautiful space.
Yeah, exciting. So Elizabeth Street is home right now.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I love everybody that I work with, all my managers. It's just really awesome to have a secure, stable space to transition into my career, basically.
And then tell me real quick so everybody knows.
Yeah.
What is this that you're trying to transition into?
Yeah. So paper cream patisserie is what I'm calling it. I do custom cakes and custom pastries for events, doing catering or just, birthdays and fun stuff like that.
Yes.
And
Do you deliver it in the whole 9 yards?
oh yeah. I do deliveries and just, part of it actually started with people in my life going vegan and gluten-free and them being like, I just want a good peach cobbler and basic stuff like that. And I was like, oh, well, I could probably make that happen for you. So I would basically it turned into me like getting requests from people being like, I miss this specific dish and making it whatever I could that'd be closest to what they remember it as, but with their new dietary needs, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's
yes,
why I started doing it consistently, and then I was like, oh, I really love this. So I don't only do like specific dietary needs. I do everything across the board. I'm doing wedding cakes, birthday cakes. I did like a box of like 50 Danishes the other day just because. And yeah. So whatever people want me to do.
But you'll do whatever. But
Yeah.
you also are able to cater to like what we have vegan, keto. Do you get that?
I do get keto. Yeah.
Really? Mm-hmm. What would that consist of?
I mean, it's a lot. So keto is difficult because you can't have sugar, right?
Okay,
and you can't have fruit. And
but with vegan, you can have all that.
Yeah,
Just
definitely.
no eggs.
Yeah, no eggs, no butter. Keto is probably the most difficult, and it is probably the most limiting because you have to use I think it's stevia instead.
But
and
is that decent? Like, because you can use butter, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit more difficult. I honestly don't do a lot of keto, just because
it's probably an odd one, odd request.
I think like the main thing about keto is that you don't want to have those sugar cravings, so you're not like, technically supposed to eat anything sweet, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like people usually know that they're cheating when they order keto desserts, but yeah, so that one is a little bit more tough. But I mean, I'm always down for a challenge. So, but primarily the ones that I get are like people with allergies, gluten intolerance, or veganism. So
cool. Yeah. And you say this started with like friends and family, just kind of asking for stuff.
Yeah, I've been baking my whole life, and especially like this started in high school, and I had a friend of my mom's like talking about it, and I started doing like all of her birthday cakes, all of her like little sweet treats that she wanted because she was vegan and gluten free, and it was kind of.
So she was talking about getting cakes and stuff. Okay.
Yeah. So that was, and it was fun because at that point I was just kind of experimenting with cooking, and I was like, oh, this is just something that I like to do, and I don't think that I had realized fully like how much I loved it, but it really helped me to get to that point.
Sure.
So that was cool.
So that was at home at the time, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
You were pretty young?
Yeah, I was like 15, and she just like tossed me a 20 and like just call it a day. And, like, I just really had fun with it. She would basically just like buy the ingredients and I would like make it at her house. So
that's the way to go.
Yeah, totally.
Right. So did your mother or father, did you draw any influence from them? Or was this all your own kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, I love my dad, but that man cannot cook. He's good at grilling, he'll grill and I'll make the sides kind of thing. Sure. My grandmother is really the one that I learned like a lot of my cooking from, and like a lot of my baking. I'd go up to like Wisconsin and she would do all of her old school like Christmas cookies, and I would help her out with that and just have a lot of fun with it, making like
Grandma
apple
still
pies.
Around?
She is, unfortunately, she does have pretty bad Alzheimer's. So she's not able to do that anymore. So I've taken over the reins on that one, sending out the Christmas cookies. And
that's great,
yeah, the torch has been passed. So
yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Christmas cookies, that's like the best time of year, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's like I make it so cheesy now. I send out like a photo of me and my dog doing like ridiculous shit and matching pajamas along with it.
But that's what it's all about.
Oh
right?
yeah, like peak whiteness.
Yeah, I have to get on that list there for those cookies being delivered.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Cool. Yeah, no, I was thinking about having people bring in like recipes, and that would be perfect, like a holiday cookbook or something like that. Oh,
definitely. Honestly, like holiday cooking is my favorite, and I definitely have many recipes. So many of them, though, is just from like touch and feel, and so I definitely would have to be a thing where I sit down and do the recipe, like writing it all down. But it's all up here.
So with pastries, and so you're not really focused on bread. We were looking at this cookbook, but you're more cake stuff like that. Where do you like? Do you have go-to recipes that you start from? How does it really work? Because with cooking, I mean, what you get like the mirepoix Well, you throw in the chicken and you can just start adding things.
Yeah, definitely. That's the fun thing about cooking for sure. For baking, it's definitely more of a science. I've definitely had to do my research on, how everything reacts and like the molecular gastronomy and all of the fun stuff about that. A lot of my recipes I've been using for a few years now. It would probably be a thing where I would start off with a base recipe and then be like, oh, well, for like chocolate chip cookies, for example, I've like used my own recipe for years now, but it started off with a basic one and I was like, oh, well, I wanted to have more chew. I wanted to have more of this. I wanted to have more of that. So I'd add more baking soda or more shortening instead of butter and, just these little tweaks here and there that scientifically add up.
And you've come up with a good chocolate chip recipe? Chocolate chip cookie?
I think I could confidently say that, like, I make the best chocolate chip cookie.
Nice, nice. Have you had the chocolate chip cookies from Tiny Box? What? I think it's called Milk and Cookies.
Yes, I love that ice cream, for sure. It's good.
They're good cookies, though.
They're very good cookies.
Do they top that?
I mean, I feel like I'm almost like maybe cheating because I always eat them fresh out of the oven, and you just can't beat that.
Yeah, that's true.
And anytime I deliver my cookies, I try to make sure that they're warm.
Oh yeah. It's not very hard in Austin, right?
Yeah, definitely
Throw them in
not.
the trunk as long as it's summer, you're fine, right?
Exactly. Pretty low maintenance. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. Whenever I recently moved into a new house, and whenever I moved in, I brought all my neighbors fresh chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah.
And all of them looked at me like I had 16 eyes. Like they were like, "What are you bringing these over here for?"
Younger folks, or
I mean, just all ages.
Yeah.
Yeah, all ages.
I'm
all
surprised you got so many weird looks.
Yeah,
it's
me
like
too.
a traditional thing to do, right?
Yeah, I guess they were just like, "Are these poisoned? Like, what's your intention?"
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's the neighbor you want in these days. You got to be careful, right?
I guess so. I don't know. I was like, I would have just been excited.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I don't know.
What does So you get base recipes and then you just kind of go from there.
Yeah, definitely. Because I feel like everybody has a different thing that they want out of like, brownies or cookies or cakes. And so I feel like I want to obviously put out the best product that I can. And I'm also very particular about the things that I like and what I have in mind and what I think works. So I think that having my own recipes has always been a necessity for me.
Right.
And something that I've really loved. With my cakes, for example, I even have multiple chocolate cake recipes. Like I have a raspberry truffle cake where I really want like a dense bite to it. And then I have other ones like hazelnut cake that I want more fluffy, and
sure.
So I definitely play around with the textures and feel a lot. And I think that's a huge key of the food that I make.
So with this, and the name of it again is?
Paper Crane Patisserie.
Paper Crane Patisserie. The patisserie is the thing that throws me off.
Oh, yeah?
I can't pronounce it. So what's the focus is cakes, or do you have like a niche thing that you?
I mean, I think that it just kind of defaulted to cakes because that's like so many people.
But it's not
want
mini cakes; it's just cakes.
Yeah, just cakes. I definitely I do a lot of the ones I do are multiple tiers instead of like, if you want to feed, 50 people, I don't want to make you one massive like 12-inch cake. I'd rather have like
it's like a showpiece.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that a key is that more so, I definitely I do say that I'm a chef, but more than that, I usually refer to myself as like a pastry artist because I'm a creative and I always have been, and that's how I channel my creativity now is through my food. And I love playing with color palette. I love playing with visual design and look, and I think that it's just fun to have fun with your food.
Yeah, definitely. So is that so that's the way you kind of get your release. Is there any other forms that you like? Do music or anything like that you?
I have a ukulele that I play.
Do you really?
Yeah, just for fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't intend on like doing anything with it because I mean, it's just a ukulele. But I just I write silly songs and play them because I think it's fun. Or I paint sometimes.
That's great.
Yeah,
that's cool. You got to do a little. Yeah, no,
a little serenade. I didn't bring my ukulele with me today,
I got
but
one in
maybe.
The other room. It's a little pink one. It'll be way out of tune.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. I'm sure everybody would enjoy that.
Yeah. A little debut.
Oh yeah. Oh goodness. Yeah.
That's cool though.
Yeah, I used to do like murals around town and sculpture as well, and so I think it's kind of funny to see how my art has progressed through my life.
Yeah, it's very neat that it becomes something that you are now doing for a living.
Yeah, definitely. It's so funny because I used to do jewelry design actually before I had this business. Previously, I had a jewelry business.
Right.
And I was like set. I was like, this is what I'm going to do like all throughout high school and my, late teens. And whenever I stopped doing that, I was like, and I kind of fell into food again. I was like, man, like, why didn't I see this coming? Because I've always baked, but I've always just been like, oh, it's just a hobby. Like, I could never actually turn this into anything. And I just, people just started asking me to do things. And I think it just kind of fell into my lap. And it's just something that brings me so much joy and has always been such a release for me that it just made sense to just run with it.
Well, typically when people start asking, it means you're probably doing something right too, right?
So yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. Well, you didn't see you're like, how could this work? And then
totally.
People start asking like, maybe there's something to this.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, honestly, I thought for a very long time that people were just being really nice.
Yeah.
But
I don't think that's the case, with food, right?
Yeah,
you don't
definitely.
keep ordering it because they're nice.
Yeah,
right?
Definitely. I feel like if you're going to be nice, you say, oh, that's lovely.
Yes.
And then you kind of like
give it to the dog.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are the plans here? Like,
yeah. So I did just launch a website to streamline the ordering because it was starting to get a little overwhelming doing it through so many different, like through Instagram or phone call or Facebook or whatever.
A lot of it was through Instagram?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The majority which is fun. Or through equal Facebook and Instagram?
Definitely like a lot was through Instagram. A lot was from word of mouth though. Just people recommending and talking about it, which is super cool. I was at like Buffalo Exchange the other day and I was checking out and this woman that was checking me out was like, are you like, you do pastries, right? I think we're friends on Facebook and I really love your desserts. And they always they look so delicious. And it was like the biggest compliment. It was
that's
so
cool.
sweet.
Yeah, that feels good, right?
Definitely. Absolutely.
And word of mouth, that's the way. Do you have like business cards or anything?
They're in the mail.
Okay. So you're working on that.
Yeah, working on getting all that out because right now I just like people my phone number. Give them my Instagram. So,
but you know what, Instagram. I mean, we've been communicating through Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I do it with a lot of chefs. It's just like, and if they don't have it, I'm like, oh well. Well, hopefully we get you on here.
Yeah, definitely. I think that Instagram is such a cool part of like today's society and like ways that we connect. Card. Oh, absolutely. It's so neat. And I love how it's just like, not almost like it is a gallery of all of the things that you've done.
You can make it whatever you'd like, right?
I'm trying to get better at posting photos of things. So I think I just get so excited about it that I'm just like, I just want to get it to the people.
Yeah, I think
like, you need photos.
It's really important to carve out that window and acknowledge that it is important because you get excited you're like, oh, I know it's a good thing. It's a good, but nobody sees it.
Yeah, I've actually done a few like 3-tier cakes, and I realized the other day that I've managed to get photos of none of them. Yeah. And I was like, that's a very important thing to get a photo of.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't, you should I don't know, definitely make it a priority. Like either like a dedicated camera next to where you work so you always know to do it, or just do it on the phone. Right?
Oh yeah, definitely, absolutely. Yeah, making time for that is very important.
but back to what? So you launch the website, which is
papercranepatisserie.com.
Okay,
pretty easy.
And you can get on there and you can actually place an order. It has to be local.
Yeah, definitely no shipping cakes. That's
all right.
No fun. But yeah, so it's all local Austin or surrounding area.
Round Rock, Georgetown. How far won't you go? Dripping Springs is okay.
I mean, I feel like it really depends what it's for. And like at that point, it's just about delivery fee. I feel like I probably wouldn't go further than Marble Falls, though.
Marble Falls is
because that's
you gotta make sure if you're gonna go out there, you have something good to do.
Yeah,
while you're out there.
Exactly. Well, there's some pretty good barbecue restaurants out there. So.
Yeah, have you ever heard of Apis?
Which one?
Apis.
Mm-mm.
APIS?
No, I haven't. I think I might have seen it, but I haven't been in there.
We'll have to look that up. I can't even. Yeah. I don't even know enough to speak about it, but I've heard good things.
Yeah, I like. I go to Bluebonnet Cafe a lot.
Yeah, but they close so early. You gotta be careful.
I'm like an old woman. I'm like in bed by like 8 p.m. I swear.
I'm very similar. But they last time we went out for the pumpkin patch and we came because we heard they closed at 3.
Yeah.
And so we were leaving at 2 and the woman was walking out. She was like, no, you have to come tomorrow.
I love I kind of respect though.
I know.
They're just like, we're done.
I was like, that's great.
That's so funny. Yeah. Well, I guess, maybe I'm a bigger advocate for pie for breakfast than I originally thought.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I mean, I'd be lying if I said that I didn't eat pumpkin pie for breakfast this morning.
With what do you do Cool Whip or whipped cream or anything on there? Or
I like an ungodly amount of whipped cream.
Yeah, it's more of a whipped cream with a little bit of pumpkin pie.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So for breakfast, I just need to ask you this because pastries and you have these base recipes. So do you have like a killer pancake recipe?
my boyfriend works at Magnolia Cafe. So
Okay.
anytime I
Which
have
one,
like,
Lake Austin or the South Congress?
he's moved to South Congress now. He was at
Okay.
Lake Austin for a couple years, but
right.
so I just have like a really good pancake fix like right there.
Oh, okay. So you never really make pancakes?
I don't make a lot of them. I will say though that I've tried and I don't know. I guess maybe I've just like anytime I want them, I just want them so quick. I
Yeah.
haven't really taken the time to like
Sure.
come up with a good one, which is a
Sure.
little bit disappointing. But
Yeah. I asked because it's like the simplest recipe to make some pancakes, and I'm constantly making them here
yeah,
for a certain someone. But, I just had to ask.
yeah, no, I love that. I always think about it actually, which is so funny. But I
should
like,
whip one together.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I love that. What I'd like to do is like, what do you even like? I don't even know, like corn muffin but in a pancake. You know what I mean? Like it's like
Corn muffin.
it's like a corn pancake,
Yeah.
like with cornmeal and like little bits of corn
I feel
in
like
it.
I've heard of something like this
Yeah,
where it's
put
more
some
like hearty,
jalapenos in
right?
it. Mhm. Yeah, it's delicious.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
As soon as the jalapenos are in there. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
for sure. Yeah, more like polenta, I'm thinking. Right? Like
Yeah.
like the consistency of
Yeah, yeah. It's still fluffy, but savory pancake.
savory pancake. Yeah. So not too much focus on like what's the other pastries that you guys do or you do?
Yeah, I mean, I do a high tea ordering as well, which is a lot of fun. Just
Yeah.
little miniature like tea time desserts. That's probably one of my favorite things to do. Is people can order as many or as little as they want to. It's like canelés, macarons, little
Nice.
scones, just kind of like whatever your creative heart desires. Like I
Sure.
love doing like the miniature like petit fours and everything like that, just to make like a really cute tea scene. Like I love doing that for like kids' birthdays. Is always a lot of fun, or adult birthdays.
Do
Whatever
you
you want.
Put this together on like in some sort of form of presentation, like
Yeah, people. I'm more than happy to do it on cake stands or tiers that they have, but I also do provide them for rental because it's not a high tea without those like stacked up presentation. I don't know what you call them. I'm
Yeah.
the worst, but
yeah, but that's cool though.
yeah.
So that's
it's
another thing.
set the mood. I really love decoration and colors, and so I'm always more than happy to go out there and part of delivery is set up. So
Yeah.
making it look very cute and precious, and that's
Do
a
you
fun one.
ever do anything on site for people? Like when you go there, or is you always bring it?
I haven't ever gotten asked to do that, but if somebody wanted me to, I'd be more than happy.
Yeah.
Sometimes what I do is, I'll give people things that they can make, kind of like disassembled like gingerbread houses or like cupcake decorating. People like to do that for kids' birthdays a lot of the time.
Sure.
But I've never personally done it. But that sounds like it'd be a lot of fun.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, especially for like catering events and things. So.
But it is kind of neat that you do the gingerbread houses and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think those are super fun.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
because like I know whenever I was growing up, my family and I used to do gingerbread houses together, and I feel like I don't even know if they're usually supposed to be edible because the ones at the grocery store sometimes are a little bit rough.
I was gonna say they're very hard, right?
Yeah, I
But
mean,
if they're not hard, they don't stay up.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. I kind of like a gingerbread like just dipped in some tea. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm weird.
So you have a sweet tooth too.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I mean, pumpkin pie for breakfast.
Yeah, I always used to say that I didn't have a sweet tooth, but I think through the years I've just gotten more and more addicted to sugar, and now I'm like that person where in the morning I don't drink coffee, so I just drink like hot chocolate.
Really?
Yeah, like I am like the female Willy Wonka or something.
Oh my gosh, hot chocolate in the morning.
Yeah.
I usually, if it's
Yeah.
not coffee, it's typically tea.
Yeah, no, hot chocolate.
And there's caffeine in hot chocolate, right? I guess
No.
technically, I mean,
Chocolate. Yeah, I guess so.
A little bit. You're
Yeah.
doing part of
That's
the
the
morning
only.
thing.
That's the only caffeine I not allow myself, but like the only caffeine I consume really is chocolate because I can't resist
That is impressive. I always hats off when you don't no tea or coffee in the morning.
it. Yeah, it's been about almost like 2 years now.
Oh, so you
and-
used to drink coffee? In the
Oh
morning?
yeah. Well, I stopped because I was drinking like 3 nitro cold brews a day.
Okay.
And that was just like unmanageable.
Was it unmanageable because of the amount of caffeine or the amount of money
Definitely. I mean, probably both realistically.
from
but-
Starbucks?
No, I love the nitro cold brew from Radio Coffee. They have a really
Oh,
good
yeah.
one. And then
So you're South.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm South. Yeah. At Wheatsville they have this one. It's like in a can. It's called like Black and Blue.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
super addictive.
Cuvée or That's what you're talking about?
I'm pretty sure.
That is ridiculous.
It's
but it's expensive.
Yeah, and I have anxiety.
Yeah.
And so the coffee didn't help at all. And I was like, why am I just so jittery all the time? And I was like, oh, well, maybe we could fix this a little bit. So.
Now you have to have been to the spot on the east side by Counter Cafe and Last Straws there, and right next to it is I think it's Cuvée. No, I might. Is it?
Mm-mm. I don't frequent the east side as much as I would like to. I go to Satin a lot. I really like, they have this thing, it's like the Ohio, it's like a cappuccino, and it's really good. But
I believe that Cuvée place brews right there on the east side.
Really? I wouldn't doubt it. I've never been to a coffee brewery.
Oh, no?
Yeah.
What about like Joe's there on, with the I Love You So Much? Isn't that Joe's?
Yeah. I don't.
No, they also serve the Cuvée.
Really?
But that's good coffee. You like the cold brew.
It's really good coffee.
You don't drink coffee anymore.
Yeah, I don't.
So if I gave you some coffee right now, would you be like back on the wagon?
Well, I drink decaf every now and then.
Okay.
But only if it's like, like the frigid mornings we've been having. My boyfriend gets a coffee every morning, and I'll be like, oh, I just need a decaf cappuccino, something like warm and foamy.
So
which makes me
this weather. That'll do it to you.
Oh, yeah,
It'll
definitely.
make you want to do the blanket, the Netflix, the whatever pastry of your choice, or pizza, or whatever the heck it is, right?
Yeah, no, that's my favorite. They have this, I love making donuts. That's like a big thing that I like to make it myself.
So that's like okay. Tell me more about donuts, because that's another thing that we frequently have to do here.
Yeah.
But we don't make them. We buy them.
Definitely.
Taco Donut Palace.
Man, Taco Donut Palace?
Yes.
I've never
How do you like the name?
I mean, that sounds like a great place.
And donuts. It's right outside the door here. You can see it when
That sounds like something I will be visiting very soon.
Taco Donut Palace. I love
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I really love donuts, but sometimes I just really want I don't know, just like a fresh donut is just so delicious, and so I'll just fry them up. I like yeasted donuts. So just classic fried yeasted donuts.
Yeah.
Put them in my cast iron, and I do like a vanilla bean glaze on top. One that I've been liking a lot lately is a maple glazed donut.
Sounds good.
In a nice cappuccino. That's it.
Oh yeah. The what kind of oil do you use when you do that?
Oh, I just use regular canola oil.
Okay, all right. You've never tried it with peanut. In Cafe Du Monde they use cottonseed oil or something?
I haven't played around with oils too much, because I'm like, canola oil works.
Sure.
I don't.
No. I get that.
It's usually just for me. I don't even know if people know that I make donuts, really, because I usually just make them as a treat for myself.
That should be a thing. You should definitely make donuts. And have you heard of any Dunwell Donuts? I think they're in New York, but they make these vegan donuts. Of course, I've never had them, but if they taste anything like their Instagram, it's something to consider.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah. I would love. You said they're in New York.
They are in New York.
I would love to go to New
Donuts.
York. Yeah.
Instagram, check it out.
Yeah, I've never been to New York, but I look at Supermoon Bakehouse all the time, and their colors is that is it. It's so beautiful.
Sure. But there may be a market for making donuts and vegan donuts. Stuff like that.
Definitely. I think it's so. I actually did a wedding tasting yesterday, and in the middle of the wedding tasting, they stopped and they were like, "We said vegan, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, everything's vegan." And they I really love that when people almost are like, I don't want to say I enjoy scaring people, but I do enjoy whenever they're genuinely are can't really tell too much of a difference, because I find that sometimes with vegan products it has an aftertaste, or the texture may be off or whatever it may be, but just making a good vegan buttercream or whatever it may be. I just perfected my vegan cake recipe not too long ago, and that's a good one. So, well,
totally. Let me change subjects, but not completely change subjects.
We can sidebar. All good.
So the Beyond Burger. No, wait. The Impossible Burger?
Yeah.
What do you think about that? For tricking people, because that's
I've never had it personally,
but you've seen what they're doing.
Yeah, I have seen it.
It's bleeding. It's you've really tricked me.
I don't know. It kind of freaks me out. I'm like, what is it made out of?
Right, you're doing something different when you eat a cupcake and someone says, "Wow, are you sure this is vegan?"
Yeah,
But the Beyond Burger is where it's I don't know. It's a little weird. I've not had it, and then I keep hearing all these stories about how bad it actually is for you.
Yeah, I've been hearing that as well. And also, like, I don't know. I guess I'm not personally vegan, so part of me is like, please don't attack me if I am like ridiculously wrong here. But I feel like I was vegetarian for a really long time, and I feel like
Me too.
whenever I ate a veggie burger, I never went into it being like, I want this to taste like meat.
Yeah, that's
so
a good point.
That always like kind of confused me about the Impossible Burger. Is I was like, like there's so many super good veggie burgers out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I really like, there's so many amazing veggie burger recipes that like I like better than like regular burgers. And
I think that is one thing that I like completely gained in a big way from being a vegetarian was that I really appreciate veggie burgers.
Oh, for sure.
Like
yeah.
I'll like look for them and I'll look what's in them and either to try it or not to try it. But I'll try that sometimes over just a burger because a burger is, I mean, there's some really good burgers, but a burger at the end of the day is a burger.
I'm not vegetarian anymore, but I still don't really eat burgers because it's just too much for me. But I love a good veggie burger.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that's another thing that frequently happens here is burgers. So I can't say the same.
No, I mean I love it. Like I can appreciate like a good like home cooked burger.
Yeah.
I feel like is a little bit different than whenever I go out to eat at a restaurant.
Sure.
Maybe I'm crazy, but
no, I was on a burger kick for a while. A guy up at it wasn't the Oasis. It was a place next door called Bon Temps, and then it changed. It's closed now, but this wasn't that long ago. And this guy made this burger for me, and it like sent me on this rampage to find burgers that matched that burger because it was very good.
I love that.
Yeah, so I found one at Pool Burger. You've heard of that?
Yeah, Pool Burger. That's another restaurant.
If you want to try, yes. If you want to try a good burger, eat that.
I've heard so many good things about Pool Burger, and I've never made it out there. I'm very rarely in that part of town, but I need to check it out.
Yes, I fortunately get around a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that. No, that's so good.
It is good.
I especially love like whenever you get like fixated on one type of food and you're like trying like to find like all of the good ones.
Right.
It's like me and croissants
was saying.
all the time.
I found the Pool Burger, but everything else I tried was just kind of
Yeah.
just a burger.
I get you.
But like if you go to 24 Diner, they have like a beet burger. They have two veggie burgers.
Yeah, I really love beets in veggie burgers. I think they're really good.
It looks like it's bleeding. That's why you love it.
Yeah.
Because it looks real.
Yeah.
No, that's a very good point, though. The Impossible Burger. I get it.
Yeah, I don't really understand. But also, like, they sell it at like Burger King and things like that now, which in theory sounds like it could be a good idea, to give vegans and vegetarians an option at fast food restaurants, but also they cook it on the same skillet as, on the same flat top as they do regular burgers. So then you still get,
too.
If you've been vegan for a long time, you'll still get sick.
Yeah.
So anybody who's vegan out there, watch out.
Yeah. When I had transitioned from vegetarian to eating the carne again, I had to Google what to start with.
Yeah, because you can get really sick.
Well, you know what it told me?
What?
And I was like, oh, yeah, duh. Bacon.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Really?
So I started with bacon.
Nice.
And I was fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I started light, and I thought I had more energy the next day. Like total, like subliminal.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm better now.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was that got me off at being vegetarian. Honestly, I think it's because my dad made some beer brats, and I was like,
Gotta break this diet.
Yeah, I was like, it's too late for me now.
Yeah. But it's good, though, that you get that experience and you can kind of cater to vegans and vegetarians.
Oh, definitely. Yeah,
And
I really like that.
It works both ways, right? Sometimes vegan stuff is better, right?
Yeah, I think that it's, it can be really cool, like, whenever, you play with recipes so much that sometimes you're like, wow, like, the crumb on this cake is so fluffy. Like, how can I make my regular regular vanilla cake as fluffy as a vegan one? If that makes sense. So it's nice to see opportunity for growth in all your recipes. So,
well, the one thing people would give vegan stuff a hard time, but coconut, like the ice cream, I was like, why hasn't this always been a thing?
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, controversial, but I don't really love coconut. So I feel like, I do love a good coconut ice cream every now and then. Like, don't get me wrong. But
sure.
I feel like sometimes with vegan food, like, there's so much coconut substitution happening that it almost doesn't leave room. It's like, a lot of vegan caramels that I've had are like Cocomel. It's coconut-based caramels.
Too heavy on the coconut.
And I'm just like, why are we, this is supposed to be like, so for example, I have like a cinnamon sticky bun cupcake that I do, and I can do it regular, I can do it vegan, and whenever I was trying to figure out how to do a vegan version of it, all of the vegan salted caramel recipes I was seeing were all coconut. And I was like, coconut does not belong in cinnamon sticky buns.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
the flavor is going to be off. So I had to create my own version of it. And so it's kind of nice sometimes to have a little escape from the coconut, I guess.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it
Even
also
when
has
it's
a
cooked
place.
with coconut oil, I don't know if you've ever seen that, but I can always taste it.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. I try to keep it pretty light unless like coconut works with all the flavors that I'm bringing together. Because obviously, you know, if it fits in, it just does, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
But I feel like not everything vegan needs to have coconut in it.
Sure.
And like I've had some
Got to
tarts.
pave the way.
Yeah, trying to. I've had tarts that are made with coconut oil, and I'm like, man, I wish this didn't have coconut undertones to it.
Yeah,
in a way, you know.
sure.
But then again, like I love like stir fries. Almost every stir fry I make is with coconut oil because I love
Sure.
like the flavor it adds to it.
Yes. Yeah. Well, that makes sense, though. Yeah. So you have the website. What's after that? Like,
Yeah, so right
specific?
now I'm trying to save my coins and get a little trailer to do pop-ups with.
Okay.
So that's going to be the next move.
That's so a trailer.
Yeah, definitely. And ideally, I would really love to get like a very cute, like miniature ice cream truck kind of mood happening, but
Yeah.
with pastries.
Sure.
And so I think that would be really cool to like bring with me to events. If people have me doing the catering for the events, just have like a car, like a little cart of little desserts and treats and things like that. I think that would be a lot of fun. And I do something like kind of similar, but I just have it like, you know, as a dessert table.
Yeah.
And I think that it'd be really cool to be more mobile with it.
Yeah.
And instead of working on my little SUV that I have right now, that's my personal car that I'm just like trotting around treats in.
Do you put any kind of branding on your SUV or no?
No, I don't. Mostly because I've recently got it and I'm still like in the mindset of like, oh, they're going to take it back any second. Even though I know that's not true.
Right.
But yeah, I really would love to. That's what I'm working towards right now is getting a branded car. So.
Okay. So that's cool. Yeah.
And brick and mortar eventually. But.
Okay. So that's where I was going to go. What's like the dream scenario? Like you get the ice cream truck-esque kind of vehicle and you could do these pop-ups and whatever, and eventually you open a brick and mortar somewhere here in Austin, or do you have your eyes somewhere else?
Yeah, you know, I was born and raised in Austin. I've been here my whole life, and I've always like thought that I was going to move out, but it's so funny because the city's kind of grown up with me in a way, and I think it's so interesting and fun that
is interesting.
Yeah, like, and especially because the food scene around here has just blossomed along with like, you know, a similar path to like me discovering how much I love food. So I feel like it only makes sense to be part of that and be here in my hometown where, for one, it's just so close to my heart, but also the food scene, I've just grown up around it.
Yeah.
So definitely I feel like it would just be right for my brick and mortar to be here. But a big part about the little pastry truck is I would love to travel with it because I definitely want to see the world and want to see different parts of everything. So, you know, little bit of both.
Have you been able to travel much yet?
Yeah, I try to make time to travel. I have a lot of family in California, so I visit San Francisco pretty frequently for family, but also for all the food.
Yeah.
And I try to go to Seattle once a year as well, just to see friends and family and be out of the Texas heat in the summer. It's nice.
Smart. Specifically during South by or something like that? Is that?
I always work South by.
Oh, you work it?
Every year. Yeah.
I love when people take up vacation. I get so jealous.
Same. Me too. I'm like, man.
Such a smart move.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Well, that is neat. Do you have anybody that you kind of work with right now, or do you have or is it all solo?
It's all solo. Yeah. I've talked to a few people that like, you know, every once in a while they'll give me a helping hand whenever I have a big haul of things. But, you know, for the most part, it's a one woman show over here. Last week I did like something crazy, like 10 cakes in 15 hours by myself. Yeah. Like baked to frosting, like the whole 9 yards. Wow. So it can get kind of chaotic sometimes, but the payoff is really great.
All while Elizabeth Street and everything.
Yeah, definitely.
Are you doing that full time?
Elizabeth Street, yeah, I'm there 4 days a week. So I'm just on the line of full time.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But they're pretty flexible with me, so it's not too crazy.
Yes, and that's south, right? I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Not too far from home, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's like 15, 20 minutes. Not too bad.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, nice. It's interesting that you grew up in Austin, and like you said, it's grown with you.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, I think, who have moved here are seeing it grow quickly, and but you maybe don't mind the growth.
Yeah. At first I kind of resented it because I was just like, there's so many people here all of a sudden, and like rent is so expensive, and
Yes,
all
that
these
stuff
things
will never be easy, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. But then, I took a step back from like, that bubble, and I was like, wow, but look at, we have good coffee now, and we have good food now, and
Yeah.
All the changes, and for the most part, people who are coming here are pretty cool, and so I think it's turning into a really, really awesome place, and I feel like sometimes I get so used to being here that every once in a while I have this moment where I kind of like step back and I look around and I'm like, I live in a city now, because whenever I lived here, South Austin was like the country whenever I was growing up. And so
it still is just that way a little
yeah.
bit.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Which is nice to be that close to it.
Yes.
But even then, who knows? They'll all develop. I mean, there's still houses scattered throughout all of it.
Yeah.
But I love that you've grown up here and you have no. So I got to ask, you've seen places come and go. What are the things that you really appreciate? I mean, besides coffee, you have good coffee. You can't even drink it. I guess you do.
I
cheat
had
here and there.
a long
right?
enough amount of time to like
Drink
savor it and enjoy it. And now I can tell my boyfriend to stop going to Starbucks and start going to Once Over instead.
Okay, yeah. I've heard good things about that too.
Yeah, definitely. So
Cool.
I'm not sure if he appreciates it, but it's fine.
Yeah. I'll have to. I go over there. I'll have to see. Hello, Claire's boyfriend in here. So,
Yeah. But yeah, I mean,
back
places
of the house, front of the house.
at Max.
Your boyfriend.
Oh, he's front of house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Right.
bless him.
Yes.
Noodles, just like cooking some ramen noodles is not cooking. I mean, it
okay.
is, but
Yes.
it's funny. It's I definitely am like, get out of the kitchen whenever I'm cooking for him.
I
Bless
don't
him.
get to the front of the house and back.
Yeah,
but
he's great at doing dishes.
He's
after
great at
dinner,
doing dishes.
So that's the important.
There you go. That works out.
We're like a perfect balance.
That does work out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you? Well, I was going to ask places that you like that you've seen that have come up that are like really worth mentioning.
Yeah, definitely. Oh gosh, there's so many. I mean, honestly, probably one of my all-time favorites right now is in Taro, on the east side. Have you been there before?
No, I've not been there, but I've heard of it, and
yeah, it's ridiculous. It's actually one of my like places that I go to like way more frequently than like I should financially.
Yeah.
But yeah, the ice cream competition this summer. I'm not sure if you like at South Congress Hotel. They've been doing like ice cream showdowns, and one of the owners there, she won it this year with this like incredible like caramel coconut chocolate ice cream. It was just like insane. She's a chocolatier, and her husband is does the savory, and they are just a power team. They're awesome. Cool. All the food, everything that I've ever had there has been phenomenal.
Cool.
So that's probably one of my favorites. And then
I need to. I drove by it hours ago, and I just didn't have time. It's on my list of places to stop, but I'm not stopping to eat. I'm just stopping in to hi.
Yeah, definitely, totally.
But I'll stop there.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. And then I also, I've been going to Loro a lot lately.
Okay.
The,
another one I've not been to.
Yeah, no, that one's really good. Definitely go there whenever they have the ribs and brisket. Because they only have it a certain time of the day on a certain day of the week.
Do you get hit with the big line?
No, honestly, I've been there a couple times where the line is pretty long, but it's pretty fast moving. They have a really good machine going on over there as far as their staff. They do a good job of like moving people along pretty quickly.
Sure.
So.
2 solid suggestions. Those are great places, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, those are the main ones that come to mind. For pastries, I mean, I've always loved Sugar Mama's Bakery. I feel like that was one of the first places where I had a cupcake, and I was like, oh, this is it. Okay. So, really love that one.
What's that little cupcake? The trailers with the Airstreams.
Oh, Hey Cupcake? With the giant cupcake on
What
top?
do you think about that? So.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're everywhere though, right?
Yeah, they have capitalized. I mean, they're such big cupcakes.
They did that in a really short time, right?
Yeah, I
heard that sort of backfired a little bit. That maybe they bought too many Airstreams.
Yeah, I don't really know. I mean, I remember whenever I was in middle school is when they started popping up for the first time, and I mean, they're huge cupcakes, and
yeah, okay.
I don't really get it. I don't know.
They're so. Well,
Yeah.
you know what the thing is? If you make yourself available everywhere, I mean, people will end up
Oh,
coming.
for sure. Definitely. I mean, like, I get where they're going with it, and that's awesome. And if they're doing good, that's awesome.
Yeah,
So.
definitely. So yes, that sort of covers places to eat, right?
Yeah.
Have you seen anything like come and go, like quickly that you kind of miss?
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's been a lot of places that, like, I mean, more so, I always get, like, stuck in, like, going to the same, like, 5 places over and over again, for sure.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, though.
Yeah, definitely. But, I mean, like, there's just a few, like, buildings specifically in Austin where I feel like things just, like, come and then they just turn and turn and turn.
By the Alamo, is that where one of them?
Actually, that's so funny. That is definitely one of them that I was thinking of. My first kitchen job ever was at Lick Ice Cream when it was on South Lamar, right by Old Torf.
Oh, now it's there.
It's
right?
Tiny Pies now, I think is
Okay.
what's in there, which is also really good. But yeah, I remember I worked there, and there was a restaurant next door called Henry's, I think. I think it was spelled with Henry's, but I'm pretty sure the H is silent. But I don't know which way is the right way to say it. But they had really good salads, and like I don't know, all of their food was really delicious.
Yeah.
I missed that place. I don't really know if I think it's gone now.
Yes, I don't know if I've heard of it.
Really good. Yeah, I can't think of anywhere else that's gone though that I like really miss.
Yeah.
I mean, Veggie Heaven made the comeback, and that was the most important.
Is that on there on 5th Street or something?
Yeah, it's on Fifth Street. It used to be up on Glad.
Oh,
But-
it moved. See, when they moved, I guess that's the first time I heard of them. So they must have done a bunch of kind of, we're here now. I thought they were new.
Yeah, no, they. I think it was the kids that took over because it was the parents that did it before or something like that.
That makes sense. That's why I heard of it, right?
Yeah.
The kids know what they're doing.
Hey, they definitely did some good marketing. I was super happy to know that they were back, but
Yeah.
I grew up going there and super like the few years that they were gone were like sad years without the Protein
Oh, so
2000.
it did close for a brief time.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, right down the street from that was that Lucky's. The Lucky's, it's gone now, but it was from the new location of this veggie.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. It was there on the corner.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what place I really miss is it was on North Lamar. It was Bacon. Do you remember
yeah.
that
You know,
place?
40 North is there now.
Yeah.
That's a perfectly good replacement.
Oh yeah, definitely. I will say though that I have not found like really, really good waffles in Austin, and Bacon had these. I know we were just talking about veganism, but now I'm going to talk about bacon waffles.
Bacon waffles was
yeah.
the jam over there.
Oh, they were so good. Like it was just like that perfect, like crispy on the outside, fluffy on the inside, like everything you could have wanted from a waffle. And I feel like almost every other week, like me and my friends are talking about like how we wish that they were still there because the waffles were so good.
Keep talking. Who knows?
Yeah.
The chef may be listening. Revive it. I'm not sure who that was.
I don't know who it was either, but if anybody has like, I mean, I don't know if you have good waffle recommendations, but I love waffles and
So
I'm
I
always looking for new
will
ones.
take or waffle places.
Just like places with, it doesn't have to be like specifically waffles, but like just somewhere that has a good waffle.
Waffle House. No,
Waffle House?
that was a joke.
Oh my God, I went there the other day and I was like, man, I remember this being so good. And I was like, oh, I must have been like really drunk.
Yes,
That's why I
probably.
was
You
here.
have to go there very late and very intoxicated.
Oh, yeah,
and then
definitely.
and it will.
That was for sure last time I was there. So going there at like 9, 10 in the morning sober was like not
Yeah.
a great time.
Yeah.
But
the, I don't know for a good waffle recommendation.
yeah,
If you have a waffle iron, I don't know if you do.
I don't, I want to get one.
You should.
I have so many like kitchen contraptions. I feel like my roommate's going to start throwing it away or like yelling at me.
You got to replace it. Well, make him, her, your roommate.
Oh, yeah, her,
A waffle.
Yeah,
And
totally.
say, don't throw this away.
Be like, listen, I actually just bought a giant, like, I guess you could call it like an entertainment center or like an armoire that I've just been keeping all of my baking stuff in.
Oh,
'cause
no
we just,
kidding.
yeah, we just don't have the storage for
And what's
it.
on top? Just more stuff?
Well, we made a compromise for this giant piece of furniture.
Is the
And
TV on top of it?
well, it's in our kitchen.
Oh, okay.
It looks like a little bit funny, I will say, but
it's
the top
functional.
where the TV would be, we put shelves in it, and it's a bar, and then the bottom is where I put all of my pastry stuff and storage.
like it.
So yeah,
I
it's
like it.
multifunctional. So.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Cool. Well, so you have these plans to make this brick and mortar here in Austin.
Yeah.
And
eventually.
who would help you?
Well, I
You gotta have
asked,
somebody in your mind.
yeah, I asked my boyfriend if he would be willing to help me, and he was like, "I think that we shouldn't do that," which I guess is a smart thing. Like,
Right.
obviously, he said he would help me where I need to, but he's like, "We shouldn't go into business together."
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I feel like it's just going to be one of those things where the right people will come to me whenever it's coming together. Because right now we're just so in the beginning stages of all of it, and I'm just trying to let it happen organically. And I know that it'll all come together as it needs to.
You are
So.
doing things, which is good. But did you hear the Via 313 guys talk yet? No. So their advice was just people want to see it. They
Yeah.
want to see you doing things. So
Yeah, totally.
You're already doing that.
Yeah, it's something that a friend of mine tells me all the time is they were just like, I don't think you ever hear of anybody that worked as hard as you do and isn't successful.
Yeah.
Because, I live and breathe pastries at this point, and I really love it. And I love that I'm in a full-time job that allows me the freedom and flexibility to work on my passion project. It also probably doesn't hurt that I bring them in cakes pretty frequently.
At Elizabeth Street?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. I'll bring in full-size, like, tiered cakes sometimes and be like, I just wanted to experiment.
I'm going to be there tomorrow morning, and I'm not kidding. Are you working tomorrow?
Tomorrow? I'm working tomorrow evening.
Oh, no. I won't be there in the evening.
Yeah, got to come by during the dinners. Get some noodles.
You know Alex in the kitchen there?
Uh-huh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Leave him some cake next time.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I love it.
Well, very cool, though. But so I was just going to suggest this, and I think we were online when I said this, Spread & Co. That's Austin and Rosemary and their husband and wife, I want to say. But, she was doing like these charcuterie plates, delivery, kind of in the same vein of what you're doing, except it was charcuterie boards and cheese and charcuterie. And now they've opened a brick and mortar, and it's called Spread & Co. But Austin, kind of like your boyfriend, went and, he learned how to help her, and they did it together.
That's so awesome.
You should go talk. You should go see what they're doing.
Yeah, for sure. That would be super cool. I feel like, I just think that is so awesome when people I don't know, when I see people doing the things, because it's like, I know it can be like really intimidating sometimes. And
going to intimidating what your boyfriend's saying, like it's not a good idea. Like it makes sense, but
Yeah.
like Austin's the perfect place to try and do something.
Oh, definitely.
Because people are here to help and they want to see it happen.
Well, he always errs on the side of caution, I will say, which is great because I'm the type of person I will dive in head first and I'll be like, we are doing it.
That's a good balance, right?
So,
the yin and yang there.
Yeah, exactly. So he definitely he helps me out a lot with whether it be like moral support while I'm making like 3 tiered cakes at a time, or when he's picking things up from the grocery store that I forgot, or helping me with deliveries. He's there when I need him and is paid very, very well in chocolate cookies and cupcakes.
Chocolate cookies and cupcakes. Yeah. You got to get the waffles in that mix.
Yeah, I do. I really do. I want to get like a good waffle iron too.
Good waffle iron and bring
Make
those
it happen.
bacon waffles back.
Yes, absolutely. I will be I already have a sweet tooth. It'll just get worse from here.
Yeah, the bacon was on where 40 North is now.
Yes.
But was the focus literally bacon?
Yeah, I think that, every time I went there, I just got waffles, but I'm pretty sure.
With bacon in them.
Yeah, every single thing had, on the menu had bacon in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they also had pretty good, like cocktails, and they did a really good brunch. And
it makes you say, when you say that, was it like a Bloody Mary with bacon in it?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure.
That's good stuff.
Yeah,
it makes you wonder, how would a place like that close?
I don't know. I feel like they might have been a little bit before their time, potentially. Because I know there was a few different restaurants, whenever Austin was first budding.
Because they were really cool. Fres's feels like it's been there forever, but it hasn't.
Yeah. That's a pretty new one. I actually worked at the one on South First for a year.
Did you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. A couple years ago. It's a cool place. Yeah, I still eat there.
Did you know Jeffrey at all?
Jeffrey, yeah. Uh-huh.
He's not with Laundrette anymore.
Oh, yeah.
I've talked to him. He wouldn't tell me what he's up to, but he's doing something.
He's a little secretive.
He was like, "Thanks for reaching out. I'll be in touch."
Yeah.
I was like, "Okay." Kind of like, "Okay, well, what's he working on?"
Mysterious.
Mysterious. Yes.
Yeah, he's definitely always a quiet one. But yeah, I don't really know. I wish I would have a better memory. All I remember is the bacon waffles and how good they were.
Sure.
And that's kind of the extent.
Well, it sounds like you need to either produce a cake with bacon in it or waffles.
Well, I do the donuts, the maple bacon donuts.
You do? Oh, you already do. You put bacon in them too.
Usually that's just for me.
Yeah.
Oh, maple.
Maple bacon.
Sometimes
too.
you do regular maple. Sometimes you do maple bacon. I've definitely, whenever I worked at La Volpe, I made maple bacon donuts pretty frequently for the staff.
And how was working there with Chef Will?
Yeah, it was great. Chef Will is super talented, really awesome. It ended up just being a thing where I really enjoyed what we were doing, and the restaurant is great. I just decided that I wanted to put my energy into building up my empire of pastries, in a sense. So.
Sure. Mm-hmm. I'm sure Chef Will understood.
Oh yeah, he's great, and he's doing the pastries over there now as well.
Is he?
It's probably a wild workload. Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty sure. I don't know. Last time I saw him, he was making tiramisu. So
okay,
something's going on. But
we'll get him in here sometime.
Yeah,
I know
definitely.
He got engaged.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then he got sick when he was supposed to come in here.
Mm-hmm.
That was the timeline.
Yeah.
So we'll get him in here sometime.
Oh, yeah,
it's
definitely.
Will and Will over there. It's a watering hole for a lot of places.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You see a lot of traffic, like industry folks coming through there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I always worked in the mornings whenever I was over there.
That's true.
Yeah, but there was a few times where I came in, and it was definitely like some people from around going over there. So
yes, I've heard the JW is the frequents there.
Yeah, definitely.
Before
definitely.
and after their shift.
Yes.
We'll bleep that out. But anything else that we should know about?
Oh man, I mean, I guess I'm just right now. It's so funny. I feel like it's just kind of like a whirlwind right now. Like I'm just taking everything as it comes to me. And right now, the biggest things are just getting more things on the books and getting the website, continuing the usage of that. And
somebody calls you right now. Like, what's the timeline for when they can get it out? Are you like taking orders and everything? Or
yeah, definitely. Books are always open. Usually I require just for like regular pastries or a cake. Typically it's 3 days. If they want like a multi-tiered cake or something a little bit more labor intensive, it's about a week. So it depends, but usually 3 days is good.
Nice. And then it will be delivered and everything.
Yeah.
In the Austin surrounding areas.
Yeah, definitely. Unless
by yourself.
Yes, absolutely. Because, whenever you're working with tiered cakes, I don't want anybody, it's so stressful carrying cakes in your car. I don't want to put that on anybody else.
Yeah, do they get like not frozen, but like super cold? Is that what you're trying to do with that?
Yeah, I just try to keep them as cold as possible.
You
blast
need to
my
invest in a
AC.
Yeti. Go talk to those folks.
Totally. Yeah, definitely.
Do you have a Yeti?
I don't have a Yeti. I do use like insulated boxes sometimes when I need to. But usually, I just got a newer car so that I have a very good AC in them now, which is important.
You should sign up for the free HelloFresh and then use their boxes that they send to you.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
And then just cancel the service. Because they work.
I just need a box, thank you.
Right.
Yeah.
That could work though.
Yeah, totally.
They're insulated. I mean, they sit on people's front steps for hours before they get home.
Yeah, I was doing that imperfect produce for a while, and that was great.
Is that the one where it's all local, like produce?
It's all like, you can do conventional or organic. I'm not sure if it's local, but it's like the ones that are like not perfect to sell, so it'll be like, I got this like...
So is it discounted?
Yeah, it's discounted. I got this like bell pepper once that was like, it looked like somebody had like stepped on it and it just kind of grew like that. Like obviously it wasn't actually stepped on, it was just like a weird like crushed looking one, but
still not like bruised and nasty.
No, just like mutated.
Okay,
you know what I mean? Just like nature does weird things sometimes. It'll grow like a lemon with like little
sharpen your knife skills, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And figure out how the hell to cut it.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's fun. I think they're really cute.
I kind of like that. Do they just send whatever?
You get to choose. Yeah, like I always got plums, and like the plums that are just like too small to sell. So like they'd be like
you can
2
use
inches.
those.
Yeah, totally. I mean, my signature cake is a dark chocolate cake with salted caramel and plum buttercream. Nice. So definitely good usage for those is making a plum buttercream.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you ever make like jams or anything like that?
Yes, I love making jams. That's like one of my favorite.
A compote. Yeah,
that's my favorite type of breakfast. Actually, is just like toast with like fresh jam or curd on it. It's really
good. You do like berries with like, I don't know, some kind of cider and sugar and reduce it? Is that it?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
For like hours?
Usually I honestly just do like just the berries and the sugar, a little bit of lemon juice, and I just reduce it down.
Okay.
I don't really use pectin or anything like that. Just keep it pretty simple, especially because, usually, at least whenever I'm eating them, I eat it within the week. So it's not, it doesn't need preservatives or anything. If I'm selling them, though, I do use pectin. But
sure. the idea of jelly donuts, right? I think you should
Yes.
experiment with some vegan donuts.
Yeah,
too.
I really love doing fillings for sure with the donuts. So like
They're the
good
best.
salted caramel ganache or like raspberry truffle filling is like my favorite right now. Or it's
Yeah.
just like dark chocolate ganache with like some like raspberry whipped into it. And it's just
Sounds great. Tell me the signature cake again.
it's a plum buttercream with dark chocolate cake and salted caramel filling.
Nice.
Yeah,
Cool.
definitely a flavor combination that not a lot of people think of necessarily.
Sure.
But it's definitely, I really like it. Add some tartness to break up all that richness.
Cool. Well, the website has options, right?
Yes,
All
yeah.
that good stuff. You can reach you Instagram, Facebook. There, you're going to respond and everything.
Oh, yeah,
Tell me
definitely.
the website. What were we going to say?
Papercranepatisserie.com.
And it's got the whole menu or whatever.
Yeah, I've spent so long
Yeah?
putting in each individual cake flavor. So whenever you go on like the shop page, it shows you all of the different flavor combinations, and then you can also do like a custom one if you just want a plain vanilla or something like that.
Cool.
But yeah,
And in the description of this podcast will be like the links to all that stuff, and
yeah,
we'll get your picture here, and people can click it and just find you on Instagram.
yeah. It'll be fun. I definitely like love just feeding people and giving them cute treats. I always say that dessert is my favorite part of any event, and so like having a dessert table be another decoration of an event is just I think the perfect combination.
Well, we're trying to eventually coordinate some sort of party here, with and have everybody who's been on the podcast or who's coming on who enjoys it or whatever, and you come bring some desserts and Spread and Co. maybe can come and do some stuff, so it could be fun.
Oh yeah, always down to share some treats. So
Yeah, definitely.
get them out of my house, so I won't eat them all.
Well, cool.
Yeah,
Well, Chef Clair, thank you for coming in.
yeah. Thank you for having me.
Yes,
Definitely
come
been
back
fun.
and keep us posted on anything.
Oh, definitely. I always post like updates on my Instagram. I do a lot of stories and chat
Okay,
on
you
there.
do?
A lot of weird chat on there, just
yeah?
about whatever. Yeah.
All right, some people really dig that, right?
Yeah, I mean, usually it's not anything like crazy, but sometimes like, I'll post like outside of just like images of me doing things in the kitchen. I'll just chat about updates or put a picture of my
Yeah.
dog doing something funny.
No, I think people like that though.
Yeah, I try to
But
keep it personal.
Make sure to get those pictures of those
Oh,
cakes.
definitely. Yeah, I've gotten a lot better about it, so we'll be adding them. But
Cool.
by the time this is out, it'll be well stocked.
Well, cool. And it's that time of year. We got Thanksgiving, Christmas. It is pastry season.
Oh yeah, I have already got actually like so
You're
many
busy.
pies down, and I'm always like down to do more. So
Yes.
it's gonna be a pie bonanza, and I'm ready for it. So
Cool.
yeah,
Well, thank you.
yeah, thank you.
Okay.